let me bring in Ms. Shveta Raina of Teller and into the conversation. Shweta, how have been the last 6+ months for your business, and where do you see your business going? And can you correlate that with where the uh, consumption of educational content and the economy are going? Shweta Raina.
Great. So our business has completely transformed overnight after COVID hit. We've gone completely online. Our services essentially get students to be employable. So we train them. We work with students from the age of 13 to 30. And we then provide them with job opportunities, internships, as well as full-time jobs. And our entire business transformed because the working world as we know it has changed. So when we were placing people in companies, we had to suddenly move to virtual internships and virtual jobs. And our entire training also went completely online. Our business, as we know it, we completely shut down all our centers, all our offices permanently. So the way we looked at it is this is a great time to just transform the way we work. We've been trying to push people to go online, but instead of a push here, they didn't have an option. And as a result, now we've shut down all our offices and we're planning to just be work from home. It's so much more efficient for everyone. And I think if you have a team that you trust, you can get work done from home as well or better. So it's been great for us, and we've seen numbers shoot up. We've also seen customers from all over the world, including the US, including other parts of Asia. So that's been great in terms of EdTech. And in terms of how this is going to impact our industry, I think the globalization of content and services has now begun. So this whole Atmanirbhar that everyone is talking about, in a way, that's actually helping companies to increase their revenue, because with us being pushed to offer our services not just in our locality but all over the world, our revenue is increasing. We're becoming self-sustaining, and the world where startups had to actually wait for 10 or 20 years to break even, I think edtech companies are now all breaking even at least compared to earlier. So I think
Absolutely. So I would say that there are too many of them, and maybe there's space for all of them. That some of them are not differentiated. Some of them have a very different sweet spot. I want to understand from you, Shweta, what has been the impact on your numbers? If you look at March, suppose you were doing 100, where are you at in September?
So every month we're seeing an improvement in our interest. And one of the things that that Talarang as well as other edtech companies has done is gone freemium. So you must have seen that other companies like Byju's, White Hat Junior, all the ads that they're posting, they're saying, first few classes are free. And I think even Topper, they all did the same thing, and we've done the same.
Sampling.
So, it's sampling, but essentially with an app, it's freemium. So you can get a lot of access to content, not just a sample, but a significant training free. And that's a way for us to acquire users. So if you look at our numbers, we reach 2 million people right now through our different programs, through our different products and different collaborations. We work with colleges, corporates. We work directly B2C as well. And through our different partnerships, of course, since we're offering it freemium, a lot more people are willing to sign up. So that's been great. I think the challenge is converting those freemium people to actually then pay. And that's going to be the next bit. It's easy to get people when it's free to sign up. But if the economy gets worse, then people's consumption and the willingness to spend is going to go down. So I think that, while there's a lot of excitement around EdTech, we also need to make sure that we focus on sales, and we shouldn't get complacent, because that conversion from freemium to paid customers is where the real deal is.
We get that, Shweta. And again, in the media business, with the news channel viewership has gone up, all content consumption has gone up, but it hasn't meant an increase in revenues. So, I think in EduTech also, while you're on the right path in terms of people adapting, but the real test will be when we have a choice, when there's no compulsion, what will we do? From what I hear from Dr. Kaul, we may not have a choice very soon. Shweta, coming to you, if I were to talk to you 1 year from down the line, how much impact you would have had? You talked about a certain number in your opening comments, but in the next 12 months, what is the kind of impact you see yourself and Talarang making?
So one is that we have about 10 to 15 million students graduating every year. Now, those students, when we talk about graduation, we're talking about people who were actually going to physical colleges for the most part. Now, most of these people are going to be learning online. So we'll be having a much larger impact in their lives, because without our training, are upskilling, it's going to be very hard for them to actually access jobs. The placements that used to happen on their campuses will now not be the same as well. So that's one huge, and we see from reaching 2 million, we want to be able to reach all 10 million, those who are graduating in the next 1 year. The second thing is, I feel like when we did our research, Talent started as my research project at Harvard a few years ago. There was a statistic that 60% of students were not ready to graduate and enter the workforce. That was keeping in mind the jobs then. Today, with all the jobs changing, the sectors getting transformed, the entire economy being upside down, I would say that almost 100% of our graduates need upskilling and reskilling. So to your point about, where we see ourselves, we really want to help these students to get ready for the future of jobs. And we want to make sure that each and every graduate has something in hand when they complete their college education. And for that, we need to upskill, and the college curriculum, even though there are policies getting launched, the college curriculum...
The impact, it will take a time for it to get into implementation.
Yes. So right now, they need to take courses online, upskill themselves, and they need to get jobs. And whether those jobs are in their city or another city, they can do it virtually. They need to start earning, and they need to become independent. And that's the only way. If each graduate becomes independent, that as a nation, we can become ultimately Atmanirbhar. So I think that's the way that we look at it. And I think countries like Singapore have given passes to students. They've given money to students in hand, cash in hand, to upskill themselves. Companies abroad are giving cash in hand to their employees to upskill themselves for the new normal. So I think these are the kind of policies where there's actual transfers, where people can take whatever course of their choice. And people in sectors which are demolished because of COVID, who need to switch sectors, it's urgent for them to upskill. So I think in 1 year we need the country
Shveta, you're the final one.
all be
How many
learning
months
online, getting jobs. I would say 3 to 5 years to actually bounce back, because we were already seeing a slow growth rate.
You just beat Dr. Tawal.
We were only growing at 4% last year before COVID. So if you want to bounce back, I'm talking 8-10%. That's going to take us 3 to 5 years. Again, secondly, lockdown is to think big and not just get constrained, but stay motivated and think big.
I'm going to have to